Welcome to the vlog. Welcome to No Boring Days. Today I am gonna talk about the 7 mistakes that newbies make whenever they go up a climb. Should I say newbies or 7 mistakes that if you're new to cycling, that's what I mean. If you're new to cycling. First mistake, when somebody new to cycling sees a hill and they feel like they should attack the hill right away. This is a mistake because a lot of people, if they are new to cycling, they don't really have the fitness to go fast up a hill, and that is a surefire way to get tired in the very beginning of the hill. You don't want to get tired in the beginning of the hill when you haven't even reached the top yet. So try not to attack the hill right away. If it's your first time up the hill, go slow, learn the hill, figure out how far up the hill is, what are all the tough sections, and then once you have a little bit more experience, then you can try going fast up a hill, attacking the hill. But don't do it on your first time, especially if you're new to cycling. So the second mistake for most new cyclists is expecting too much too soon. They might go on a bike ride with their more experienced friends, and their more experienced friends are going up the hill, they're just gliding up there, and then the new cyclist expects that they are able to do the same. Now, some people can go up hills fine and some people can't. That's just the way it is. That's just life. So if you happen to be in the camp of cannot go up the hill very well, then lower your expectations, practice some more, do it more often, and then eventually you will get better at it. The third mistake for most people when they are first going up a hill is actually, when they're not going up a hill, they're just not cycling with purpose. The best place to practice cycling up a hill is cycling with purpose on the flats. What I mean by cycling with purpose is that you have the same focus on the flats as if you were going up a hill. Some people, when they bike on the flats, they are just they pedal a little bit and then they stop pedaling, they pedal a little bit and they stop. And if you do something like that going up a hill, you're gonna go backwards. So have the same amount of focus on the flats as if you would go up the hill. Try putting long, sustained efforts on the flats. Let's say you're looking at a hill that typically takes 20 minutes to climb up. Try putting a long, sustained 20-minute effort on the flats. See how well you do, see if you can keep it up, and if you can, then try to put the same amount of effort going up a hill as you did on the flat portions. The fourth mistake when cycling up hills is comparing yourself to other cyclists. So even I have this problem at times. So there's this hill here. I live in Cebu, Philippines. There's a hill, they call it Busay. And every morning you can find somebody climbing up that hill. And if you're climbing up that hill, you're probably going to get overtaken at some point. And I know for me that when somebody overtakes me, it lights this little competitive spirit inside of me, and I try to keep up with that person who overtook me. And it usually ends badly. Usually, if they're overtaking me, they're probably like super fit, and they can just glide up that hill. And if I try to keep up with them, by the time I reach the top, I am gassed. And that can be a mistake for a lot of beginner cyclists. Find your pace, figure out what that pace is, and stick to it. Not every bike ride has to be a race. So you don't need to compare yourself to other cyclists, and you definitely don't need to compete with them as well. The fifth mistake that most beginner cyclists make when climbing up hills, or maybe cycling in general, the fifth mistake is always going with the fast group. Now, don't get me wrong, if you have the right mindset, you can definitely get faster as well, right? But if you have the mindset that just gets you frustrated or that just gets you discouraged or down, then try looking for other people to bike with as well. I don't really know where I learned this, but the best way to learn from other people is to find these three kinds of people. You want to find somebody who is better than you, obviously, because they are going to teach you how to get better. You want to find somebody who is at the same level as you, because you can spur each other on, you can be each other's cheerleaders, and you can have this you can even have this sense of competition to get better, to both get better. And then the third person you want around is somebody who is not as good as you, who is a level lower or who's a complete beginner, because you get to teach them everything that you learned. And when you teach somebody what you've learned, you are cementing that knowledge in yourself. So don't always go with a fast group. Look for other people to bike with as well. And then when you feel like you're ready to go back to those fast guys, then go back to those fast guys. It's the idea is to just have the right mindset. The sixth mistake that most new cyclists make when climbing up the hill is they expect it to suck. So they're gonna embrace that suck. They have this mentality of no pain, no gain. So if they're not in pain, they are not getting better. Well, I guess, it works for some people and it doesn't work for other people. I'll give you that, admittedly. Some people can handle that sort of thing, but I found that the cyclists who have had years and years and years of consistent cycling, they don't think it sucks. Shocker. They don't think that cycling is all about pain. Cycling is about joy. Cycling is about finding what you love about the sport. So if you can somehow find the love of going up a hill, whether it be reaching the top or even some people like the downhill. The downhill's fine. I kind of like climbing hills. But if you can find the joy in cycling up a hill, then you're going to get better at it. If you always associate cycling with, pain, hardship, suckiness, then you're going to find it difficult to motivate yourself to go up that hill or just to go cycling in general. So find the joy, look for why you decided to go cycling in the first place. And last but not the least, the biggest mistake that newbies make when going up a hill is going faster than their ability to do so. The truth is, it takes time for you to get better, and some people are gonna go faster up a hill than you. I know for myself that if I try to keep up with people who are much faster than me, then, it usually does not feel good. I mean, I'm at a point where I can handle a little bit of pain, but, it does not feel that great. I mean, it does feel kind of okay. It depends. But you get what I'm saying. Just like anything in life, if you want to get better, you got to have to do it over and over and over again. If you want some tips on how to climb a hill, I have a video about it on how to not get tired while climbing up a hill. I'll put it in the YouTube description below, and you can give that a watch. If this is your first time watching No Boring Days, welcome, and please subscribe. It helps the channel a lot. All right, more videos soon.